sitting here, I believe it is November 10th there, shortly after 2 o'clock. We ended up driving the four-wheeler in here, and the reason why we do that is typically there will be some deer bedded up by that fence, so instead of them blowing, I'll go ahead and just drive in here just like any other day when we were checking cattle or just checking on any kind of other fence maintenance we would need. But that's one strategy that works really good, especially in the Midwest for you guys. But we're sitting here right there in the middle of the rut there. We're starting to see a lot less activity until dusk, so that's really kind of telling me that a lot of these deer are probably in that lockdown stage. But I've also seen a lot of does still with fawns, and just kind of hanging out there in the fields feeding early. So it's just kind of a good mixture there. I think we still have got a little bit of time before I'll say it's a full rut down here, in the four-state region of Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. But nonetheless, we're going to get our coat on here, get our fourth arrow camera arm going there. We got a west-northwest wind, a fairly high pressure system in here, and we got a lot of deer that will move north to south or south to north right in here. So I think we should have a pretty successful hunt there. So we'll get the rest of the gear going and take you guys along for a hunt. Well, it's 4:20. We've had several deer already move through this area. Ended up having three little bucks bed down here. One that was within 30 yards of us, and then one that was a little bit bigger. It was about 40 yards out there, but there was a doe that come through here, and you really got all three of those bucks up, and then they went out here to the pond. So things are starting to pick up. I've actually got a couple more deer out here in the field, starting to get some of these Tacticam, the trail camera pictures, mature deer moving up. So they're getting up and moving. So I'm thinking things are really going to start picking up here before too long. had our first doe that actually came right underneath us back here from west, and this wind is pushing us right through here. We got the ozonics rolling through here, and I've seen a few deer back in here, several hundred yards, but the majority of deer have been congregating out here as expected. And then the great thing is that Nixa Hardware cold grazer rye food plot I drilled in there about probably 2.5, 3 weeks ago. The deer have actually been hitting that pretty good. So when we get an east wind, we'll jump in that redneck and see what happens up there. But it just feels great to be out here in the woods, just really enjoying, God's creation here. So still got a little bit of time there, and hopefully things start picking up on some big mature bucks here. Alright guys, well it's 5:20 here, and action's really picked up. Just have not seen any big mature deer. I had probably a little 2.5-year-old deer run through. A bunch of the does have been feeding along here out to the pond, and that's worked out pretty good, just getting those deer moving through here within about that 45-yard range. But the 2.5-year-old is the biggest one we've seen this evening. Now I did see one of our 3.5-year-old deer. I think he was actually the very first deer I saw, no, second deer I saw here this afternoon. But I've been watching that deer grow in the last couple of years, and I think he'll be a pretty good deer into the near future there. But we're just going to kind of see how the rest of this hunt goes. Probably just show you guys any footage I get, unless we do get a harvest here in the next 20 some odd minutes there. So we're going to be heading to Kansas here tomorrow morning, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. We've got several big deer up there, love to be able to see. So like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature, and best luck on your upcoming hunt.